Momentum Lab, hit like, share and subscribe.
What if I told you that there's this perfect window of time, long enough to completely change your life, but short enough that most of us just, let it evaporate? We're not talking about some vague 10-year plan, or even a year. We're talking about the next 6 months.
And this, right here, this is the entire idea. This is the hook that changes everything. See, we get so caught up in the daily scramble, right? We're thinking small. But the whole time, there's this incredible potential just waiting for a slightly longer runway to really take off.
No, really, I want you to actually pause and think about that for a second. Because if you don't have a specific destination in mind, the default answer is probably, right here. Same routine, same income, same frustrations. The thing is, the next 6 months are going to pass no matter what you do. The only real question is, where are you going to land when they're over?
Okay, so why 6 months? Why that specific amount of time? It's because 6 months creates this powerful feeling I call realistic urgency. It's the perfect mix of possibility and pressure. Let me show you what I mean.
Think about it like this. 1 year feels like a lifetime away. It's so easy to say, I'll start tomorrow, and tomorrow never comes. 1 month? That's barely enough time to build a new habit, let alone transform your life. But 6 months? That is the sweet spot. It's long enough to make massive real-world changes, but it's short enough to keep that fire lit under you, to keep you hungry.
And here's the crazy part, the real gut punch. Think about the hours. The hours you spent planning a 1-week vacation. You're researching flights, hotels, restaurants, the whole 9 yards. Now compare that to the number of hours you've spent intentionally designing the next 26 weeks of your actual life. Yeah, for most of us, that balance is way off.
Whew, this one can be a tough pill to swallow, but it's so true. Our brains are actually wired to stick with what's familiar. It's called the status quo bias. So what that means is, anything in your life that you're not actively working to improve, you are passively choosing to accept. Inaction is a decision, and you will see the results of that decision 6 months from today.
So before we even touch the what to do, we have to get the who you are right. Because real, lasting change doesn't start with a planner or a to-do list. It starts up here. It starts with the inner game.
Look, we're all chasing motivation. But motivation is like a sugar rush. It feels great, but it fades. Clarity, on the other hand, is your foundation. It's a rock. Your brain doesn't know what to do with vague wishes. But when you get crystal clear, when you know exactly what you want and why you want it, you give your brain a target to lock onto. And that's the fuel that gets you out of bed on the days motivation decides to sleep in. And it's really that simple. You just can't hit a target you can't see. I want to be happier is a fuzzy wish. But I'm going to lose 15 pounds, read 1 book every week, and launch my side business? Now that's clarity. That's a target you can actually aim at and hit.
This isn't just some catchy phrase, it's literally how our brains work. We have these things called mirror neurons, which means we subconsciously start to copy the habits, the beliefs, and even the energy of the people around us. So for the next 6 months, you have to be a ruthless protector of your energy. Your circle is either going to lift you up or they're going to drag you down. It's that simple. Choose very, very wisely.
Let me ask you this. What do you truly expect from yourself? Not what your boss expects, not what your family expects. What do you demand from you? Because your life, your health, your income, your relationships, it will all rise to meet the standard you set for yourself. Stop just setting goals. Start raising your standards. And this just nails the idea of your personal philosophy. Look, everyone faces storms. Everyone gets hit with setbacks, bad luck, tough days. That's the wind. You can't control the wind. But what you can always control is your response, your attitude, your discipline. That's you setting your sail, and that alone determines where you end up.
All right, so now that the mindset is locked in, we can get to the fun part. Let's get tactical. This is the blueprint, the outer game. These are the simple, repeatable actions that over time build absolutely extraordinary results.
So let's start with this number. It looks tiny, right? Almost insignificant. Just 1%. But this little number is your secret weapon. The goal isn't some huge, dramatic leap overnight. It's just about getting a tiny bit better every single day.
And now watch what happens. That tiny 1% improvement, done every day for 6 months, doesn't just add up, it compounds. At a simple level, it's a 180% improvement.
But the real magic is that compounding effect, which makes the growth explosive. This is mathematical proof that small, consistent, daily efforts create massive, game-changing wins.
I want you to look around you, right now. Your physical space, your digital space. Is it designed for focus or is it designed for distraction? You have to become the architect of your own environment. You simply cannot expect to get A+ results if you're living and working in a C- environment. Design a space that demands your best self.
Let's make this really concrete. What if you did something as simple as waking up just 1 hour earlier every single day? Over the next 6 months, that one little ritual hands you 180 extra hours. That is 4.5 full-time work weeks. Imagine what you could build, learn, or create with an extra month of work.
And this is all about investment. It's funny, right? People will drop $100 on dinner and drinks and not even blink, but then they'll hesitate to spend that same money on a book or a course that could literally change their entire financial future. Over these next 6 months, you've got to invest in the single greatest asset you will ever have, you.
Please burn this into your brain. Hitting the gym for 5 hours on a Saturday and then doing nothing for the next 6 days, it's worthless. A 30-minute workout every single day, now that builds real strength. It's the small, daily disciplines repeated over and over and over again that create those monumental shifts.
So, we've talked about the mindset. We've laid out the blueprint. And it all comes down to this moment. The next 6 months of your life are a blank page. And you are the one holding the pen.
This is the absolute truth of it all. Hoping things will get better is not a strategy. Waiting around for a lucky break is a losing game. Transformation is an active process. It's a choice you make today, followed by 1,000 small actions, day in and day out. When you get right down to it, these are the only two paths in front of you. There is no third option. In 6 months' time, you're going to look back, and you will tell one of these two stories. It will either be a story of action, of discipline, of growth, or it'll be a story of excuses, of stagnation, and regret.
And that's really the only question that matters. 6 months from this very moment, you will arrive in the future. And the person you become is looking back at the you that is listening to this right now. Will they thank you for the choices you made today? Or will they blame you for the chances you didn't take? The choice is yours, and the time to make it is right now.